In this world, it's not like it was at Home Improvement. Home Improvement was, I believe, at our top. We're 24 million viewers on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
The 90s sitcom Home Improvement won hearts with its perfect mix of humor, family life, and handy DIY advice. Tim Allen starred as Tim Taylor, the well-meaning but often clumsy handyman, bringing to life the hilarious chaos of home projects alongside touching family moments. While the show enjoyed great success, many fans aren't aware of the behind-the-scenes drama and challenges, especially the tension surrounding a pivotal scene that almost ended the series prematurely. Let's take a closer look at how the show became such a hit, the mark it left on pop culture, and some of its biggest moments, uncovering the interesting story behind this beloved sitcom. Home Improvement's rise, cultural impact, and key moments. In the early 1990s, many TV shows competed for viewers, but Home Improvement quickly stood out. Starring Tim Allen as Tim Taylor, it captured the everyday joys and struggles of middle-class American families with a perfect mix of humor and heart. Unlike other sitcoms, it balanced Tim's hilarious tool-time antics with the real challenges of fatherhood, making it relatable for both kids and adults. Its lasting popularity has even sparked talks of reboots and reunions, proving its enduring impact on pop culture. What made Home Improvement special was its ability to tackle serious family issues, like sibling rivalries, growing pains, and marital ups and downs, without losing its comedic edge. The show turned these moments into both laughs and lessons, resonating with audiences. Beyond the stories, the show left a mark on pop culture with Tim Allen's signature grunt. More than just a quirky sound, it became a symbol of masculine humor and unspoken feelings.
Pamela Anderson accuses Tim Allen of flashing her on the set of Home Improvement.
The show also introduced the memorable tool-time girl, played by Pamela Anderson before her Baywatch fame, who added both comedy and a playful twist on the classic attractive assistant role. Interestingly, some say Anderson got the role because Ashley Judd was deemed too talented for it. All these elements combined to make Home Improvement a unique and beloved show that still holds a special place in TV history. About Home Improvement characters. Wilson, Tim's next-door neighbor, quickly became one of the most memorable and beloved characters on Home Improvement. Known for his wise advice and mysterious presence, often seen only partially behind a fence or other barrier, Wilson served as the show's thoughtful, enigmatic counselor. Despite being a somewhat underdeveloped character, his enduring popularity highlights the show's creative storytelling. Another essential part of the series was the dynamic between Tim and Al, the patient and steady co-host of Tool Time. Their relationship captured the complexities of workplace friendships, mixing camaraderie with subtle competition, and added depth to the show's humor. Home Improvement was much more than just funny storylines and unforgettable characters. It revolutionized family television by portraying realistic family dynamics and addressing important social issues with warmth and humor. The show's success lay in its ability to go beyond typical family sitcom tropes through sharp comedy, distinct character personalities, and the genuine respect and admiration between Tim and Al. Though fictional, the show incorporated real-world influences that added authenticity. For example, the fictional sponsor, Binford Tools, had subtle connections to actual companies, grounding the series in reality. Even DIY legend Bob Vila made a guest appearance, blurring the line between the show's fictional world and real-life home improvement culture. Over 8 successful seasons, Home Improvement proved that well-crafted comedy can leave a lasting mark. It wasn't just a hit in the 90s. It became a cultural touchstone, influencing family sitcoms for years to come and setting a high bar for the genre. Its blend of humor, heart, and relatable stories ensured its place as a beloved classic. Hidden stories, unexpected twists, and little-known facts about the show. Home Improvement transcended the typical family sitcom to become a cultural phenomenon. Behind the scenes of this monumental production, there was a wealth of untold stories, secrets, and intriguing facts that unfolded alongside the on-screen Taylor family saga. While viewers were captivated by the lives of the Taylors, the behind-the-scenes camaraderie among the cast added an extra layer of authenticity to the show, making it even more special. Tim Allen, renowned for his portrayal of Tim Taylor, proactively fostered a familial atmosphere among the cast from the outset. Reports suggest he organized regular gatherings to strengthen their bond outside of the set. This camaraderie seamlessly translated onto the screen, lending the show an authentic touch. However, Allen's path to home improvement was far from easy. Before becoming America's beloved TV father, he grappled with legal troubles, even spending time behind bars. Despite the disparity between his real-life struggles and his on-screen persona, these challenges played a crucial role in shaping him. His personal journey and the growth it facilitated undoubtedly influenced the depth and authenticity he brought to his character. Who could overlook the unforgettable grunt? While it later became synonymous with Tim Taylor, its origin story is equally captivating. Allen revealed in an interview with Detroit Comedy Scene that he first came up with the grunt hook during a show he was performing in Ohio. According to the comic, he was dying on stage and could hear the grunts of people eating and mumbling in the crowd. Out of frustration, I started grunting parts of the transitions between observation so they would better understand my stories, and for a spell, they actually got really responsive. For Allen, it was a moment he would never forget. Wilson, the enigmatic neighbor of the Taylors, was a stroke of genius in home improvement. The decision to conceal his face was a clever nod to classic sitcoms, where supporting characters were often heard but not seen. Initially intended as a temporary measure, this artistic choice became one of the show's most enduring qualities, beloved by audiences for its sense of mystery. Patricia Richardson, known for her role as Jill Taylor, wasn't initially the top pick for the character. Frances Fisher was first cast by the producers. However, test audiences didn't connect with Fisher's performance, feeling there was a lack of chemistry between her and Allen. Then came Richardson, who not only infused warmth into the character of Jill, but also shared palpable on-screen chemistry with Allen, making their interactions authentic. Speaking of surprising casting choices, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who played Randy, the middle child, unexpectedly became a teenage heartthrob. His rapid rise to fame caught the show's creators off guard. As his popularity skyrocketed, home improvement episodes frequently featured him more prominently, taking advantage of his newfound stardom. Finally, the set of Tool Time, or the show within the show, had its own narrative. Designed to emulate real-life tool shows from that era, the set was practical, with many of the tools being genuine and functional. This authentic environment occasionally presented challenges during filming. There were instances when Tim Allen, who was not a genuine handyman, would mishandle tools, resulting in genuine, unscripted moments of pandemonium. These inadvertent blunders frequently made their way into the final edit, adding an extra layer of comedic charm. Every production has its own collection of anecdotes that unfold once the cameras stop rolling, and Home Improvement was no different. These behind-the-scenes stories not only offer deeper insights into the show's allure, but also highlight the spontaneous, often unpredictable essence of television, where the unplanned instances often become the most cherished memories. Cast dynamics, surprises, and personal challenges. The narrative of Home Improvement would be incomplete without delving into the intricate web of relationships and individual challenges faced by its top-tier cast members. The Taylors brought both delight and sagacity to the screen. The off-screen dynamics among the cast members significantly influenced the show's trajectory and atmosphere, arguably as much as their on-screen interactions. Integral to the show's dynamics were the Taylor siblings: Brad, portrayed by Zachary Ty Bryan, Randy, played by Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and Mark, portrayed by Taron Noah Smith. Much like their real-life connections, their on-screen sibling bond was palpable. The pressures of childhood stardom presented challenges, as they do for any young actor. Home Improvement exhibited clever connections to other well-known works, including crossovers and Easter eggs. Certain programs stand out in the intricate tapestry of popular culture, not only due to the excellence of their own content, but also because of the subtle or not-so-subtle ways in which they intertwine with other cultural touchstones. Home Improvement was no exception to this phenomenon. Viewers were delighted by the show's clever references and hidden gems sprinkled throughout its duration, connecting it to a broader cultural landscape. One of the most notable crossovers was with Toy Story, Tim Allen's subsequent project. For instance, in one episode, Tim Taylor boasted about his extensive knowledge of tools and expressed admiration for a Binford tool with the model number 6100 inches, the same number used by Allen's character Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story. This subtle homage showcased both Allen's comedic flair and the seamless integration of his work. Wilson, the enigmatic neighbor, made a memorable allusion to Earl Hinman's past involvement in the Parallax View by discussing his time working in Papua New Guinea, where Hinman's character met his demise. This clever move should have better linked Hinman's prior role and his enigmatic persona in Home Improvement. Why Home Improvement is one of the best shows. Home Improvement wasn't limited to the realm of television. Music enthusiasts will recall the episode where Tim Taylor, in his usual comedic fashion, ended up backstage at a Beach Boys concert. Not only did viewers get to enjoy the legendary band's performance, but Tim also hilariously became a part of their set, blurring the lines between reality and fiction. These subtle nods and crossovers served a deeper purpose beyond mere entertainment. They linked Home Improvement to its contemporaries and the broader cultural discourse, creating a cohesive bridge. These well-executed plot elements added depth to the show, making each episode more compelling for devoted fans and turning it into an enjoyable scavenger hunt. Additionally, they provided an element of surprise for casual viewers. While Home Improvement was already exceptional on its own, its intricate network of connections and nods to other famous works truly solidified its place in pop culture history. Demonstrating its wide-ranging cultural influence, the show transcended its own confines to become an indispensable component of the entertainment landscape. In the world of Home Improvement, one episode shook the very foundation of the beloved sitcom. What was the scandalous scene that almost ended it all? The infamous scene that almost ended Home Improvement. Among the multitude of episodes that comprise the enduring legacy of Home Improvement, one episode distinguishes itself, not for its comedic charm or poignant insights, but for the intense controversy it provoked. This particular episode, often dubbed by enthusiasts as the notorious scene, marked a pivotal juncture for the show.
Well, first up we have a suck-a-bug.
4 years and the best you can come up with is suck a bug.
Pushing it perilously close to an abrupt conclusion. Taking place within the familiar confines of the Taylor household, the episode commenced with the customary familial banter and Tim's trademark antics. Yet, as the storyline unfolded, it ventured into a subject matter that was notably contentious for its era. The decision to confront such a divisive topic was a courageous departure from the show's typical style, which predominantly relied on humor and familial anecdotes. This departure was evident not only in the narrative's progression, but also in the heightened seriousness of the dialogues and the exploration of deeper themes. The Taylor family found themselves entangled in a scenario that mirrored numerous real-life debates unfolding in households across America. This direct reflection of a divided society heightened the episode's impact. Despite the writer's efforts to present a balanced perspective, the audience's division quickly became apparent. The network's office was inundated with letters, phones incessantly rang, and social media buzzed with fervent arguments, both in favor of and against the episode. Critics contended that Home Improvement, as a family sitcom, was not the appropriate platform to address such contentious issues. They advocated for the show to adhere to its core strengths of humor, familial connections, and lighthearted life lessons. As the controversy surrounding the societal commentary escalated, another episode, The Naked Truth, from Season 4, Episode 19, added fuel to the fire. In this particular installment, Tim's brother, Marty Taylor, played by William O'Leary, and sister-in-law Nancy, portrayed by Jensen Daggett, pay a visit to the family while en route to a job interview. Naturally, both Tim and Jill are thrilled to welcome their relatives and promptly extend an invitation for them to stay. However, Tim and Nancy experience an uncomfortable turn when they discuss the possibility of Marty's successful interview leading to a permanent stay. On the morning of Marty and Nancy's arrival, Tim takes particular notice of Nancy's physique and offers a few comments regarding her fitness aspirations. Nancy expresses her determination to regain her former body, with both Tim and Jill acknowledging that they believe she's already achieved it. Initially, the conversation appears innocent, but its tone shifts swiftly. Shortly thereafter, Tim hears the sound of running water emanating from the master bedroom's shower. Assuming Jill occupies the space, Tim discreetly disrobes and stealthily enters the bathroom. However, upon drawing back the shower curtain, Tim is surprised to find Nancy bathing instead. Following an overly nonchalant "hey" from Tim, Nancy lets out a startled "Tim!" Clearly caught off guard, Tim's internal monologue spills out as Nancy attempts to shield herself with her hands. "You're not Jill," he awkwardly points out, stating the obvious. After an awkward pause, Tim swiftly announces his departure, closing the shower curtain behind him as he retreats. Subsequently, the scene shifts to a towel-clad Tim, who is earnestly apologizing while Nancy echoes his sentiments. Tim reiterates that he assumed Jill was using the shower and humorously suggests implementing a bathroom sign-in sheet to avoid future mishaps. Nancy acknowledges her mistake in using the master bathroom and explains that Jill had informed her that Randy was occupying the house's alternate bathroom. Unfazed by appropriateness or irony, Tim asserts that there's no need for shame, emphasizing that they're merely two adults who accidentally found themselves in an awkward situation. Nancy echoes his sentiment, stating they have nothing to be ashamed of, prompting Tim to quip, "Yeah, especially you," an implicit compliment to his sister-in-law's physique. While seemingly an effort to alleviate tension, the line veers into cringe-worthy territory, pushing boundaries. Upon learning of the incident, Marty is understandably upset. Tim exacerbates the situation by asking if Marty would feel better if he saw Jill unclothed.
I just don't like the idea that you saw my wife without her clothes on.
Oh, grow up, will you? Would it make you feel better if you saw my wife without her clothes on?
Although Marty appears to contemplate the suggestion, both Jill and Nancy are rightfully appalled. Ultimately, all four parties agree to treat the incident as an unfortunate accident and endeavor to move past it, though Tim's eagerness to brush it off entirely seems suspicious. Following a period of tense negotiations and discussions stemming from both contentious episodes, the network reached a compromise. The episode would remain, albeit with a preamble acknowledging its sensitive nature and encouraging viewers to approach it with an open mind. This decision elicited mixed reactions, but for many, it signaled the evolution of Home Improvement as a program capable of blending lightheartedness with seriousness. Looking back, the episode containing the infamous scene became a milestone not only for Home Improvement, but also for television as a whole. It emphasized the ability of the small screen to reflect societal complexities, challenge viewpoints, and spark controversy. While the episode may have brought the beloved show to the brink of conclusion, it also cemented its status as a daring and influential piece of popular culture. From Hammer Time to the reason behind the show's termination. The essence of the show was encapsulated perfectly in the catchphrase, "More Power," which became synonymous with Tim Taylor's antics in home renovation on television. Amidst a sea of sitcoms during its initial debut, Home Improvement stood out refreshingly. Its uniqueness stemmed from its ability to blend relatability, humor, and practical home repair advice with strong familial bonds. Beyond providing entertainment, the show subtly educated viewers about house improvement. As the seasons progressed, the characters evolved. Many viewers found themselves moved to tears by poignant moments, while others empathized with the challenges faced by the characters. Whether it was Randy's departure for Costa Rica or Brad's first date, the Taylor family became a surrogate family for fans. However, as with all good things, the constraints of long-running television were unavoidable, even for a show focused on home improvement. By its 8th season, the show began to show signs of transition and was eventually terminated due to several factors. Firstly, producing a high-rated show became increasingly expensive. Salaries for actors and actresses, especially for major stars like Tim Allen, rose significantly. These budgetary pressures were compounded by the inevitable increase in production costs. While the show's viewership continued to grow, the narrative was faltering. Introducing fresh storylines while maintaining the show's core values became more challenging after 8 seasons. There were only so many times Tim could mishandle tools and impart lessons before the plots began to feel repetitive. A significant factor was the development of the actors themselves. With his rising fame, Tim Allen sought opportunities to expand his career. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, a 90s heartthrob, had already established himself as an actor and was reducing his public appearances to focus on his studies. It was evident that the main cast was eager to explore opportunities beyond the Taylor household. These dynamics influenced the decision to end the show. Appropriately titled The Long and Winding Road, the series finale was a poignant farewell, reflecting on the show's memorable moments. Years of joy, laughter, and shared wisdom culminated in this emotional conclusion. Looking back on its run, Home Improvement wasn't just about Tim's noisy power tools and comedic mishaps. It portrayed the American family and affirmed the adage that no matter how flawed, home is where the heart is. The significance of the show's final curtain call, along with its humble beginnings with Hammer Time, is etched in television history as a tribute to the peace and laughter found in everyday life. Patricia Richardson on why Home Improvement ended. Patricia Richardson, who once starred as beloved matriarch Jill Taylor on Home Improvement, gives a somewhat different reason for why the show came to an end. Richardson starred alongside Tim Allen as the on-screen couple Tim and Jill Taylor. Home Improvement aired from 1991 to 1999, but after 8 seasons, Richardson was ready to leave the show. In an interview with Entertainment Tonight, she revealed that she and Allen clashed during negotiations for her to return for one more season, but she ultimately decided against it. The reason I turned down the 9th year of Home Improvement was that I was a single parent and away from my kids too much, the 67-year-old recently told Closer Weekly. I left the show to prioritize my children, explained Richardson, who is a real-life mother to 33-year-old son Henry Baker and 27-year-old twins Roxanne and Joseph Baker. That's why I've repeatedly stepped away from the business, to be with them. She explained that she also turned down a show that went on to win 30 Emmys. But I don't want to sound like, oh, I sacrificed this huge opportunity for my children because it was what I wanted, she shared. Granted, it was what they needed, but it was also what I needed because I missed them terribly. Home Improvement had much longer days than most sitcoms. Since I was involved in all the writing, I was away from them more than I wanted and felt I missed so many things.
At the age of 74, Patricia Richardson is coming clean about her distaste for home improvement and her experiences on the show.
She mentioned that Home Improvement had much longer days than most sitcoms. Since she was involved in all the writing, she explained that she was away from her children more than she wanted and felt she missed many things. When the scriptwriters suggested killing off her character, Alan refused, stating that he didn't want to continue the show without her. As a result, it was canceled shortly after. From overcoming personal demons to becoming a Hollywood icon, Tim Allen's journey is a testament to resilience. But what led this actor from the depths of despair to the pinnacle of success? The rise to fame of Tim Allen. Tim Allen's journey in Hollywood is nothing short of remarkable. A story marked by personal struggles, resilience, and ultimate redemption. Despite controversies and challenges, few actors have managed to transform their lives as profoundly as Allen did. Born Timothy Allen Dick, he endured a difficult childhood shaped by tragedy, losing his father in a car accident when he was just 11 years old. This early loss left a deep impact, steering him through periods of self-doubt and hardship. As a young adult, Allen faced serious legal troubles, culminating in a 1978 arrest for narcotics trafficking. Serving 2 years in federal prison was undoubtedly the lowest point in his life, but it also became a turning point. After his release, Allen gradually rebuilt his life, initially working in home renovation, a background that would eventually inspire his breakthrough role on television. Tim Allen's rise to fame came with the hit sitcom Home Improvement, where he played Tim Taylor, a bumbling yet lovable handyman. The show resonated with audiences for its humor and relatable depiction of family life, propelling Allen into stardom. But Allen's talents didn't stop there. He made a significant mark in film as well, most notably as the voice of Buzz Lightyear in Pixar's Toy Story franchise, a role that became as iconic as his TV persona. He also starred in popular movies like Galaxy Quest and The Santa Claus, showcasing his range as a comedic and dramatic actor. What truly set Allen apart was his candidness about his past. He didn't shy away from discussing his mistakes and the lessons learned along the way. This openness gave him an authentic, relatable presence that endeared him to fans. His story is a powerful example of the transformative potential of second chances and the resilience of the human spirit. More than just an entertainer, Tim Allen became a symbol of redemption. He took the lowest moments of his life and turned them into fuel for success, earning a permanent place in Hollywood history. Fans didn't just see a comedian or actor, they saw someone who faced adversity head-on and emerged stronger. His journey reminds us all that we are defined not by our past, but by the choices we make moving forward. With 8 successful seasons of Home Improvement behind him, the show received a staggering offer of $75 million for a 9th season. Allen's response to this incredible offer surprised many, adding yet another intriguing chapter to his already fascinating story. There is no more room for home improvement. In a society where large paychecks often outweigh principles, it is rare to see the latter prevail. Tim Allen's unexpected decision to decline $75 million to renew Home Improvement for a 9th season is one such moment in television history. This move shocked Hollywood, sparking a widespread discussion about personal ethics, legacy, and the true value of art. During its prime, Home Improvement was a cultural sensation in America. The sitcom consistently dominated ratings, thanks to Tim Allen's immense popularity and the lovable antics of the Taylor family. Advertisers clamored for airtime, viewers demanded more episodes, and network management praised the show's performance. The network appeared to be taking the next natural step with the $75 million offer. It would guarantee a stronghold on primetime television, more episodes, and increased advertising revenue. However, for Tim Allen, it wasn't merely about the financial aspect. The integrity of the story, the well-being of the cast and crew, and the show's reputation were all at stake. By the end of the 8th season, the story arcs had reached logical conclusions. The characters had matured, and most conceivable comedic scenarios had been explored. Continuing the show risked diluting its core values, leading to formulaic plots, tired jokes, and a departure from the authentic spirit that made Home Improvement beloved by many. Additionally, producing a weekly show for nearly a decade had taken an emotional and physical toll on the cast and crew. Their long hours, deadline pressures, and inevitable creative disagreements had worn them down. There were signs of exhaustion on the set, which had once been a wellspring of boundless enthusiasm and creativity. Tim Allen, always attuned to the rhythm of his show, recognized these signs. He understood that continuing the series could jeopardize his colleagues' mental and emotional well-being. This decision had a domino effect throughout the industry, raising discussions about commercial imperatives, the emotional well-being of co-workers, and the demands placed on actors. By turning down the $50 million offer, Allen set a new standard for artistic dedication, influencing how his future choices would be perceived. Looking back, this critical moment was about more than just money. It beautifully captures the strength of conviction, the importance of narrative conclusion, and the profound connection between artists and the world around them. A watershed moment in Allen's career occurred when he turned down $50 million. Tim Allen's decision to prioritize the intangible value of home improvement over substantial financial gain stands as a shining example of creative integrity in an industry typically driven by profit margins. When we reflect on the show, we don't lament the season that never happened. Instead, we remember its enduring comedy, touching moments, and unwavering commitment to authentic storytelling. Allen's decision is forever memorialized, cementing the show's ultimate worth in its legacy. In today's entertainment world, where financial gain often overshadows creative vision, Tim Allen's choice stands out as a rare and powerful statement. Turning down $75 million was more than just a financial decision. It was a commitment to preserving the heart and soul of home improvement. By refusing to extend the show beyond its natural lifespan,
Allen wasn't thrilled by her performance, so he went over to a producer standing a few feet away from her.
Allen protected its legacy from becoming diluted or formulaic. This kind of artistic courage is increasingly uncommon in an industry where many series continue past their prime simply for profit. Allen's decision also highlighted the importance of valuing people over profits. The grueling schedule and mounting pressure on cast and crew can wear down even the most passionate teams, and recognizing when to step back takes wisdom and empathy. His choice sparked conversations across Hollywood about the need to balance commercial success with creative fulfillment and the well-being of everyone involved in production. Ultimately, Tim Allen showed that true success isn't measured by the size of a paycheck, but by the lasting impact of meaningful storytelling. His stand serves as an inspiring example for artists everywhere, reminding us all that sometimes walking away at the right moment is the greatest triumph of all. Persistence and consequences. As the final credits rolled on Home Improvement, the show's devoted viewers experienced a mix of emotions. For 8 years, the Taylor family had been a constant presence in homes around the world. Their triumphs, tragedies, laughter, and lessons resonated deeply. extending beyond the television screen. However, like all good things, the show had to come to an end. Its lasting impact is evident in how the characters' stories and the cultural legacy they created continued to evolve. Home Improvement served as a springboard for Tim Allen's multifaceted Hollywood career. He returned to television with Last Man Standing, which acted as a spiritual successor to his earlier work, and starred in major films like the Toy Story series and the Santa Claus trilogy. But it wasn't just his career trajectory that garnered attention. As a beloved figure, Allen navigated the personal challenges that came with his newfound fame with the same humor and determination that had propelled him to success. Actress Patricia Richardson, who portrayed the fiery yet supportive Jill Taylor, took a slightly different path after Home Improvement. She became an outspoken advocate for women in film and television while continuing to star in her own successful projects. Her dedication to representation and equality in the entertainment industry sparked important discussions in a field already grappling with inequality. The impact of Home Improvement extended far beyond the end of the actors' careers. The show encapsulated the essence of 1990s America in several ways. Its fundamental themes of family, self-improvement, and humor based on everyday experiences resonated with everyone. Before the internet became ubiquitous, Home Improvement provided a shared experience for audiences. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment to tell us what you think about this video in the comment section.